Tehran. The name conjures images. News headlines, stern leaders, chanting crowds. A place that feels distant, complicated, maybe even intimidating. But the truth is far more beautiful, intensely human and alive. I arrived expecting one thing, but found something else entirely. A city of poets, dreamers, and survivors. Tehran pulses with a life force you can't ignore. The moment you step outside, the city envelops you. A symphony of car horns, calls to prayer, and the scent of jasmine and roasting corn. It's sensory overload, but in the best way. This isn't a city you watch from afar. It pulls you in, demands your attention, and asks you to forget what you think you know. The people are what strike you first. Their eyes, their warmth, their curiosity. A simple walk becomes a series of small, meaningful encounters. A nod, a smile, a shopkeeper offering candy for no reason. Each act chips away at your preconceptions. The headlines and the reality here are worlds apart. Life is lived in the spaces between official narratives. I once stood lost on a street corner, map in hand. Within moments, a young man approached. We didn't share a language, but with gestures and smiles, he walked me 3 blocks out of his way to help. He nodded, smiled, and melted back into the crowd. It was a small moment, but it was everything. This is the real Tehran, not a city of politics, but of people. A city that welcomes strangers with open hearts. Here, kindness is the rule, not the exception. The city's energy is relentless, but it's not harsh. It's vibrant, alive. Every corner holds a story, every face a welcome. Tehran is a place that gets under your skin and stays there. It's a city that asks you to be present, to see beyond the headlines. And if you let it, it will change you. This is Tehran, complicated, beautiful, and deeply human. Forget what you've heard. Come see for yourself. The city is waiting, and it's nothing like you imagined. To know Tehran, you have to walk its streets and get lost in its rhythm. Yellow cabs and motorbikes weave through traffic. Vendors sell everything from pomegranate juice to phone chargers. The city's energy is relentless, but it's just life, happening all at once. The Grand Bazaar is Tehran's heart, a labyrinth of corridors, thick with the scent of spices and sweet tea. Light filters through domed ceilings, illuminating carpets, gold and copper. Here, shopping is social. Friends catch up over tea, families haggle, deals are sealed with a handshake. I sat in a tiny tea house watching porters and merchants, each face telling a story. Beyond the bazaar, life spills into parks and markets. In the evenings, families picnic in the city's green spaces, children laugh, and street vendors sell roasted beets. It's a simple pleasure, but a profound one. Tehran's daily life is about connection, community, and finding peace at the end of a long day. The city's rhythm is chaotic, but it's also deeply human. Here, you're never just an observer. You're part of the dance. Every street, every market, every park is alive with stories. And in those stories, you find the real Tehran. If the bazaar is Tehran's heart, the kitchen is its soul. To be invited to eat in an Iranian home is to be welcomed as family. Persian food is about time, slow-simmered stews, fluffy rice with golden, and flavors that tell stories. Saffron, dried limes, pomegranates, each ingredient adds depth and history. I found myself in a family-run eatery with no menu, just the day's meal. The owner served me a hearty noodle soup topped with crispy onions and tangy whey. It tasted like home, like comfort, like love in a bowl. But food here is more than sustenance. It's ritual. The table is set with care, and you're encouraged to eat, to enjoy, to share. Food is the language of love, celebration, and even mourning. Sharing a meal dissolves barriers and builds bridges. Around a Tehran dinner table, you're not a foreigner. You're a guest, and for a few hours, family. Every dish is a story, every meal a connection. In Tehran, food is how people care for each other. It's how they welcome you in, and it's unforgettable. There's a concept in Iran called a dance of politeness and hospitality with no direct English translation. A taxi driver refuses payment. A shopkeeper insists your purchase is a gift. You're expected to insist back. It can be confusing, but it's about respect, humility, and putting others first. Is everywhere. Someone offers you their seat, walks you to your destination, or shares fruit at a market. These aren't grand gestures, they're everyday kindnesses. It's a way of life that values human connection over efficiency. It forces you to slow down, to be present, to accept and offer generosity. In Tehran, even a simple purchase is a chance for connection, weaves the city together, creating a tapestry of mutual respect. It's beautiful, sometimes bewildering, but always genuine. You learn to accept kindness with grace and to give it in return. Hospitality here isn't just tradition, it's instinct. It's a challenge to the transactional world we know. In Tehran, every interaction is an opportunity for warmth, and that warmth is unforgettable. Tehran wears its history openly, a city of dynasties, revolutions, and royal splendor. The Golestan Palace, with its intricate tilework and mirrored halls, is a masterpiece of the Qajar era. Walking its grounds, you feel the weight of centuries, the echoes of kings and courtiers. These palaces are time capsules, holding stories and secrets of Iran's past. But it's not just grandeur, it's the quiet moments, sunlight in a courtyard, the sound of a fountain, the scent of roses. Tehran's gardens are sanctuaries, the city's lungs. Persian gardens, recognized by UNESCO, are visions of paradise, water, shade, and blossoms. Here, students study, couples stroll, families picnic. In these green spaces, the city's pace slows. You can breathe, reflect, and find peace. The gardens are essential to Tehran's soul. They're places of refuge, beauty, and connection, and they remind you that history and nature are never far away. Beneath tradition, a new Tehran buzzes with creative energy. The city's youth are smart, connected, and carving out their own culture. Modern cafes tucked in alleys are hubs for conversation, art, and self-expression. Here, young Tehranis debate, create, and dream. The walls display local art, the air hums with music and ideas. These spaces are more than coffee, they're safe havens for creativity. Tehran's contemporary art scene is bold, exploring identity and history. Artists push boundaries, challenging perceptions and sparking dialogue. This is the Tehran that rarely makes headlines, a city of poets, filmmakers, and designers. Despite restrictions, creativity thrives. The young generation is diverse, proud of their heritage, and looking forward. They're writing Tehran's next chapter, and it's a story worth watching. Tehran is cradled by the Alborz Mountains, a stunning, ever-present escape. On weekends, trails like Darband and Tokal fill with people seeking fresh air and perspective. The journey starts at riverside tea houses, the city's noise replaced by water and laughter. As you climb, Tehran unfolds below, an endless sea of buildings, chaos turned peaceful from above. Hikers of all ages share snacks, encouragement, and camaraderie. The climb is both physical and spiritual, a way to clear your head and reconnect. Reaching a tea house or summit feels like an achievement. You sip hot tea, gaze over the city, and find perspective. Problems shrink, the world feels bigger. The mountains are a reminder of something timeless. They offer renewal, peace, and a sense of belonging. Above Tehran, you see the whole picture, and you realize the city is as much about escape as it is about energy. In the end, a city is its people, and Tehran's people are its greatest treasure. Their stories linger long after you leave. I met a young woman in a bookstore. We talked about literature, dreams, and life in Tehran. Her passion and honesty were unforgettable. I shared a taxi with a retired engineer who'd lived through revolution and war. He spoke with quiet pride about his city's resilience. "We are a very old people. We have seen everything. We will endure," he told me. I spent an afternoon with a family, sharing food, laughter, and stories. For a few hours, I was part of their world. We didn't talk politics, we talked about what connects us all. These moments define Tehran, not headlines but human connection. Shared laughter, quiet conversations, acts of kindness. These are the stories that paint the true portrait of the city. Tehran is warmth, resilience, and deep humanity. Once it's in your heart, it never leaves. So, what is Tehran? It's the taste of saffron, the sound of the bazaar, the cool mountain air, the warmth of a stranger's smile. It's a city of contradictions, ancient and modern, traditional and creative. Tehran asks you to look deeper, to listen, to open your heart. The world feels divided, but travel is the antidote. It's about tearing down walls, one conversation at a time. Tehran reminds us that stories are always more complex and more beautiful than we're told. This isn't just a travelogue, it's an invitation. Be curious. Look beyond the headlines. Seek out untold stories. Even if you can't visit, you can read its poets, listen to its music, learn its history. Stay open. Keep exploring, keep connecting. The world is vast and beautiful. The more we see, the more we understand about others and ourselves. Let this be the beginning of a new understanding.